You produced and chaired a statewide judicial conference on how to tell if people are lying. And that's important because I interview attorneys who are interested in joining my firm, and that's a very, very important skill. Sometimes it's obvious. I interviewed one attorney for a position who told me Illinois didn't have a joint custody law, so I knew at that point in time I didn't need any special intuition to figure out if there are any problems there.
Right.
But how do you tell if people are lying? That's a tough one, and that's an important skill for a judge.
It is, and it's not a science, and then there are some scientific kind of sort of principles. First thing you have to do is you have to get a baseline of what people are like when they're telling the truth. So, did you go to the ball game? Did you like the ball game? How was the movie? Did you see the movie? Where did you live? When did you buy your house? How many children do you have? And you watch their affect. And then when you say, where's that money that you hid in your Swiss bank account?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you see a whole new personality. But it doesn't necessarily mean they're lying, because they could just be nervous because they know that it's controversial. But you have to kind of get a feel for them. And when people do things that, well, they say, now this might inspire a little bad calls coming in, but they say that if you ask a guy what he did, if you ask him, how'd you like that movie? And he starts giving you details about the movie, probably lying. Because guys, if you ask a guy, tell me the story of Cinderella, you know what the guy says? The shoe fit. They really don't give details. Now, if you ask a woman how did she like the movie, and maybe she was out with the guy, and she says, well, it was fine. Where'd you go afterwards? A place to eat. There's a chance she might be lying, because women more are inclined to give details. So when you know who the person, if you know the person, you kind of know how they are. If they're on the stand and they're effusive and talking, and all of a sudden, what about that Swiss bank account? And they're like, I do not recall. That may be a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, that reminds me of a case where there was a party who stated he drove up to pay a toll, and while he was paying the toll, somebody grabbed a paper bag that had over $30,000 in cash in it, which was basically all the marital assets, and ran away. Well, that wasn't a hard one for me to figure out.
Right.
So, but some of them are pretty tough to figure out.
They are, in custody cases as well. You know, when you are really trying to weigh the evidence, and people are programming their children to try and tell me their version of the story, you know, that's the worst.